When I was 17, my mother died of breast cancer. I remember a conversation about her trying an experimental radiation treatment. With the huge advances in breast cancer treatment and diagnosis, if she were diagnosed today, I wonder if she would have had a longer life. 40 years later, I was diagnosed with male breast cancer. In my workup for treatment, oncologists discovered primary cancer in my lung. My complex life as a web coder was transformed into treatment complexity. Life was messy, filled with appointment times, lab tests, phone numbers, names of specialists. So I organized binders to keep it all together. After 9 months, just as hope was coming back, the tumors started growing again. 2 treatments were presented, but only one was a real option due to the high cost and lack of funding of the other. I felt frustrated and angry. I was plunged into another complexity, the world of bureaucracy, economics, and advocacy. I discovered that as good as Canada's healthcare is, not everything is free. How could better treatments not be paid for? Who approves drugs anyway? Who do I talk to? I met with politicians. I questioned cancer organizations. I talked to the drug makers. I took on the challenge of deciphering the bureaucracy, all to no avail. In desperation, I picked up the phone and called the Canadian Cancer Society helpline. I wasn't sure what to expect. The information specialist heard my frustration as I described my need to pay for this expensive new drug. When they said, "I don't have all the answers, let me call you back," I almost said, "Don't bother." I hung up, not expecting to hear from them again. I was shocked when the Cancer Society ID came up on my phone the next morning. They asked if I had a pen because they had a lot of information. A page of closely written notes later, the comprehensive answer affirmed my thinking, and I was grateful, feeling like no stone had been unturned. I would have to cobble together bits and pieces, and a lot of the funding was one time. I accepted that I was not getting the better drug. But this experience highlighted the need for advocacy for lung cancer patients. Early diagnosis, availability of proven treatment options, and more funding for research are major issues. We are often diagnosed at stage 4, so we don't have time to develop the extensive networks that have been successful for breast cancer advocacy. Add the stigma that lung cancer patients face because of highly effective anti-smoking campaigns, and we have a difficult job. My reprieve, while my current drug works, allows me to continue my advocacy. Working with other patients on Canadian Cancer Society online forum, cancerconnections.ca, I realize what a patchwork of diagnosis and treatment options there are for cancers across Canada. My advocacy makes sense of the tangled complexity for others. Like my mother 40 years ago, I'm navigating the complex cancer world. If she were alive today, I think she would be proud of the advocacy work I'm doing through the example she set for me.